And a very pleasant good morning to you, my dear friends. Yes, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. You stepped into Sunshine's Corner, and you know this is where you need to be. When it comes to keeping you informed, we're going to do that. And I always ask of you to please be a part of this conversation. Keeping you entertained, we do that as well. But you know what? Information, knowledge is power. Once you receive that knowledge, I want you to learn how to use it. And today, I'm so excited to have a young lady with me. And when you say storytelling, I mean storytelling. I'm glad to know her. I've known her parents for quite some time, ever since I moved to Florida. I was a very good friend with her late sister. And of course, with her coming back to town, it got to be right. It is befitting that she come on the show so she can tell you all the things that she does and making a difference and bringing it back home. And with me today, we have Dr. Sharon Gaston. Thank you so much for taking the time, Sharon, to come in and just share all of this energy that you have.
Thank you. I'm so pleased to be here. This is so exciting. I'm trying not to be nervous, but you have me at ease.
No, there you go. We are just having a great conversation. We're going to share all of this knowledge. And when I say, guys, when you see her in action, I just love the way how she just exudes and just, it's just so beautiful how the energy that she flows with. You're going to feel it as well through the screen today. And you know, with you, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to say now, Dr. Sharon Gaston, I welcome you to Sunshine's Corner because you've got so much you want to share. I'm going to turn this over to you so you can introduce yourself, and tell everybody about what you're doing and why you're here today.
Well, thank you, Miss Sunshine, and I'm so glad to be here with you on your show, and congratulations on this, because my mom's always talking about you, and she's like, Sunshine has a show. And so Dr. Sharon Wiley, she connected me with you and told me, which I already knew you, but she gave me the connection. So I'm here in town. I've been visiting my mom. I've been here since July 1st. Oh, wow. And I'll be here. I'm from the D.C. area.
There you go.
Potomac, Maryland.
Right.
And I'm a teacher, reading specialist. And
oh, gosh, you better listen.
Yeah, and I write children's books as well.
Wonderful.
That's right. And I wrote a story about one of our hometown heroes. Yes, it's Thou Shalt Never Quit. And it's a story about General Daniel Chappie James Jr.
Oh, my.
Yeah, one of our
heroes in this area
don't know much about him.
That's right.
So since I was home so long, and I was like, talking to my niece Haley Morissette. I know Haley, and I said,
I call that my daughter.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, you know, I really want to do an event here so that the children can learn more about Chappie James.
Absolutely.
Because when I wrote the book back in 2020. But when I wrote the book, I was getting ready to have a whole big book release, and then COVID hit.
Of course.
Yeah, so it's been a while, and I'm getting back on my feet with everything.
No doubt.
Haley put me in touch with Nicole Dixon, who owns the Black Cafe and Bookstore. And I spoke with Nicole. She was like, please come here. This is a community spot. It's open to you. She put me in touch with her PR lady, Miss Marika. I cannot think of Miss Marika's last name. She's so lovely. And so both of them, they were like, come here. They gave me a tour of the place, and you can have it here. So what I'm doing on Sunday, this coming Sunday.
She's busy, guys.
Oh, I've been so busy since I've been here, but it's so wonderful. And I'm just happy to have this platform.
No doubt, no doubt.
But this Sunday, July 28th, from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. at the Black Cafe and Bookstore, I am going to be reading and doing little activities with the story Thou Shalt Never Quit, to teach the children about General Daniel Chappie James.
No doubt.
His legend and things in his life that they may not know about, and so they can make those connections to him, and when they hear his name,
that they'll know.
In Pensacola.
Absolutely.
And again, Dr. Sharon Wiley, she has put me in touch with people who have been given donations, and Mr. Ernest Dawson, who's on the board and of the Chappie James Museum. And who else was it? Oh, and the general, what is it? The Pensacola Tuskegee Club,
yes,
the alumni club.
The alumni club. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, they have been instrumental in putting this and helping me get this together. And another person, Mike Folks, who's with the Chappie James Flight Academy.
Right.
I'm just going on. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. No, I love to see the excitement that's in you about what you're doing. And you know what's really inspiring to me, this is also teaching our young people to read.
Exactly.
It is so important for them to read.
Yes.
Pick up a book.
Pick
up a history book. And pick up Thou Shalt Never Quit.
That's right.
And learn to read. To you know, and I know that these electronic devices are everything. Right. But I would rather a child pick up a paper book and sit there and read it. I think that's so important. And with your being an educator, I know you understand exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, yes, it's important to have a book. I'm a person still, I like to read books and lay down and go to sleep.
Me and you both.
And have them. And I love when I do see children with a book in their hand and they're reading instead of devices, you know, poking and all of that. But it's good to have a book. This book right here, I have vocabulary in the back, you know, because learning vocabulary.
Oh, great.
Yes, there's a glossary and also, again, things in here that children will learn about. And
turn it around so they can see it. There you go.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
But different things that they will be learning about in here. Like I said, I have the glossary, and like I have the word disgruntled, angry, or dissatisfied.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, I wonder, do young people know what a glossary is in a book?
They may not. Those are the things that I teach. I teach reading strategies, and I teach them all about nonfiction text features, because that helps children understand stories.
Absolutely.
Or nonfiction books.
Right.
Understanding what a glossary is.
No doubt.
Yeah, understanding what the bold print means, and italicized words.
Exactly.
Headings. What are you going to learn? Why is this heading here?
Right.
So all of those types of things go into reading.
I commend you on that, because I think that's the foundation. I think when we teach that to our kids, now I know that we've advanced. Of course we have.
Yes.
But I don't want that device to take over our lives.
Right.
You know, it's okay to have that technology, sure, but don't forget the fundamentals. Don't forget to come back to where it all began. I believe that's a way to keep us focused, and we can learn and comprehend and be able to share with even the children to come.
Exactly.
Let me say this to the audience. I overlooked to say this earlier because I'm so excited to have her here. But listen, if you're going to be a part of this show, I want you to make sure you can call in 850-432-7768. You can call or text and talk to Dr. Gaston yourself. Ask her questions. You see the energy. You can feel it, I know, that she has. And I'm just so grateful to have that. And you see this board right here. What are we going to be doing with this today? Tell me what else we're going to be doing.
Okay, well, I'm going to just show a little of the pictures that I've made about Chappie James and the Tuskegee Airmen. I'll show a little bit of that and talk about a little bit about the book. And then I have written several witty character education fables, based a lot on things that my mother, Jean Gaston,
Miss
Jeannie
Gaston,
Weenie,
that's her,
used to always tell me. And you know, as I became older, and I like to draw. I've been drawing and writing books since I was probably 7 years old.
Really?
Yes. And always performing for my mother would go, "Oh, you could do a one-woman show, but now go sit down." But so what I'll do is just sketch out a little bit of a story and tell it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you see, everybody, this is so important. And when I kept telling you yesterday, we're going to have a great storyteller here, I want our youth to be able to grab a hold of what's talking. And I want to encourage you to be out with her on Sunday so that you can see her in person. You can touch her and be able to get that vibe and encourage somebody else to do something else.
Yes.
You know, and I think parents, don't drop the kids off. Bring them.
Bring them. That's
Bring them.
Because the parents can learn. Because when I do the storytelling in churches, it's the parents like, "Wow, you know somebody like that," you know. So they really enjoy it too.
Exactly. And I mean, with these little items that you have, I was looking this morning. You have a tambourine.
Yes.
You've got all of these now. Hallelujah.
Yeah.
But you got things that you're going to demonstrate with us today with all of that, right?
Yes. when I do the story of, it's called Clean Your Own House.
Oh, wow.
Right?
I'm ready for that one.
Yes, and this is a story about this turkey. And so when I tell that story, I use instruments and I give each character.
Did you say a turkey?
A turkey.
Okay, I can't wait to hear
Yeah,
this.
Tina
What about
Turkey.
you?
So I'll be using the instruments to tell that story. That's like one of my catch stories. I did it a year ago here at the Juneteenth Festival.
Okay.
Downtown. I think it was Pastor Davis's church.
Marcel
over there,
Davis.
down on downtown.
Yes.
Chase or somewhere.
I know. I went there this year.
Okay.
It was so hot. Yes.
Yeah, because then we came over, Mom and I came over and saw you.
Yes, sure did.
At
I remember.
Bayview.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah,
Sure did.
Yeah, there you were running things. It was lovely.
I'm energized when it comes to the community. I like to be there to make a difference.
Yes.
If I can just make a difference one child at a time,
Yeah.
I'm going to be there to
Right.
do my part, you know. And some of my friends tell me, do you ever get tired? No, because I know if I'm making a difference, that's my Energizer bunny.
Yeah.
You know, and like with you, when you've been writing since what, 7 years old?
Yeah, 7 years old.
God, what's the inspiration that keeps you going and going and going and going and going, Energized Bunny?
Well, back then when I was 7, I used to love to write. There was this show about dinosaurs. I think it was The Land of the Lost or something, 7, 8, 9 years old. I used to draw stories about the dinosaurs and they're eating people and all of that. A kid.
Yeah.
And my little drawings may not have been the best, but they were what I could do.
Exactly.
And I enjoyed them, and my family and friends. And
Of course.
Then I used to make little cartoons. I had a whole little cartoon series. But I remember I had a good friend, Kathy Wilson and Joan Turner. We were like 10, 11. They'd come over. What you got next? What are they doing next? You know?
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to be a cartoonist and all of that, and I didn't even take that path.
Right.
You know, and that's why, but I use it now in my teaching.
There you go.
And with reading, and because it helps kids learn new concepts
Right.
when you draw out something for them.
Exactly.
And they can really see it.
Exactly.
And they can connect it.
No doubt.
You know, so I use art.
To do that. But you know, I see also when you were talking about your mom, how she would say, oh yeah, baby, you can do all that. But you see with your mom and your parents, they were really supporting you.
Yes.
Maybe Jean might have said, okay, but stop.
Yeah.
But she meant, okay,
Yeah.
keep going.
Keep
but they
going,
were,
but leave me alone
right
now.
But you know, I say that to say, I'm talking to the parents right now. So when you see your child that's really, really intrigued by whatever that may be that's positive,
That's right.
support them.
Right. And that's what I tell parents
There
all
you
the
go.
time.
Support them. You don't know what that elevation by that support, especially from mother and father, what that's going to do to inspire them for the
Exactly.
years to come.
Right.
That's something you never forget.
Right, they need to hear positive things because I do a lot of stage productions too with my students using my books and stories, and it's inclusive, even children who have special needs.
Right.
I let the teachers look. I want so and so because those parents need to come out and see their children doing something
Absolutely.
positive, and they're so happy to see them on that stage.
Yes.
And I tell the parents, this is something you'll be talking about 20 years from
No
now
doubt.
around the Christmas tree.
No doubt.
Remember when?
Yes,
You know,
exactly.
and they're just so delighted to look out and see their parents in the audience. Because I still remember that as a kid, looking out. Oh,
exactly.
But you see them, you know,
That's
that
it.
support.
And you know, you take me back to a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
When I was maybe 12, 13 years old, there was a modern dance that I had to learn. And I will never forget, I could hear my mother in the audience saying, that's my baby.
That's right.
I mean, that's something I will never forget.
Yes.
And I was just a plant, just growing by
Yeah.
days.
But you were her baby.
I was her baby
and you
doing
were
that.
plant.
No doubt about it. Everybody, please make sure now, you tell somebody, if you want to hear a show today, this is what you need to tune into. We'll be back with more of Dr. Gaston because she's got oh God, I can't wait to get to hear this about that turkey. Coming up in just a little bit right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Empire Truck Sales, located at 2255 West Detroit Boulevard in Pensacola, is your Freightliner, Western Star, Detroit Diesel, and Cummins dealer for Northwest Florida. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., Saturdays and Sundays, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., providing sales, service, and parts. Empire Truck Sales is also your Oasis dealer for Freightliner custom chassis RV and motorhome repairs. Running I-10 will get you in.
Many who consider facial plastic surgery are concerned their results will look unnatural. But with over 20 years of serving the Pensacola community, his thousands of satisfied patients have made Dr. Derek Jones a trusted reconstructive and facial plastic surgeon known for industry-leading results that look natural. Call 850-484-FACE to schedule a consultation at one of our locations in Pensacola and Gulf Breeze.
I'm Dr. Derek Jones. Trust your face to a facial plastic surgeon.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services is a one-stop shop because you can come get your windshield replaced, and right behind that replacement at the same appointment, we will calibrate the cameras, and when you leave, everything's ready to go. There's no need to go to the dealership, or there's no need to come back for another appointment. We just take care of it at one time. We put the customer first, and we strive to do everything right the first time.
Lloyd's Glass and Correct Calibration Services, your one-stop shop with same-day service.
Animal Allies is looking for volunteers, and there are many ways that you can help. From taking care of cats to using your computer and social media skills, any and all assistance is greatly appreciated. We have morning and afternoon shifts every day or help at adoption events. You could even foster a kitty at home. And it counts towards community service hours for bright futures. Find Animal Allies Florida on Facebook and Instagram, or go to aaflorida.org/volunteer.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. We're talking about what? Sunshine's Corner. When? Today. And why? Because we've got Dr. Gaston in with us. And I tell you, we are here just having a great time off stage, on stage, talking about everything. Yes. But what she's doing is absolutely phenomenal. I'll say this and I'll say it again. Congratulations on all that you do. Thank you. With you being an educator. Yes. Because my sister, rest her soul, and my mother both were educators. And I mean, I know. I know.
Yeah, you know. I know.
And now tell me more about what we can expect about coming up on this weekend.
Okay, so again, this weekend at the Black Cafe and Bookstore from 2 to 5, and I'm targeting students 4 to 7.
Right.
And they're going to come out, and I'm going to have, again, talking about the book, Thou Shalt Never Quit. And then also a good friend of mine, his name is Carlton Charles III.
Oh, I know Carlton.
Yeah, Carlton. You know how talented he is. He's a writer.
God, yes.
I said, Carlton, I'm doing this event. I would love for you to write a poem.
What?
He wrote a beautiful poem, and it's titled Giant, about Chappie James.
Really?
So he was going to come and read it, but something's going on where he won't be able to. So
I understand.
Shardina Baker Bonner, one of my friends, she'll step in. They've known each other since little kids, and so she'll step in and read it for him. And we're trying to get his dad from the museum, Carlton Charles II,
right,
to come and read his son's bio.
Really?
So yes, I'll have the poetry, and then I'll talk about Chappie James. Like I said, I'll go through and show the children as I talk about the different aspects of his life, because I talk about at the beginning how before 1941 there were no black aviators. Kids don't realize that.
None.
Because they see black pilots. Now, I mean, it's something that we need more of, but still they do see them.
Right.
There were none. They weren't allowed to be in the military at all because they didn't think they were smart enough. So I'll talk a little bit about that, and then I'll go into Chappie's life, how there were 17 children in the family. No, not in the family that were born, but only, 10 of them died, 7 survived. And he was the last child. And that's something.
I tell you, I was listening to, on my way in this morning, I was listening to the radio, and I heard his granddaughter.
Yes, his granddaughter, Britt.
Yeah, I heard her this morning talking.
Yeah, she was on speaking and talking with Mr. Hill about that. Mr. Hill, thank you, because he has really been supportive with me, along with Vernon Watson from WBQ PTV. He'll be down there too on Sunday.
Right.
But yeah, she was talking about the family, and I mean, and that goes back to the health care, that blacks did not have access to. I mean, this woman had 17 children.
Can you?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's sad. And 10 of them?
10 of them that did not survive.
Didn't survive. So I'll go through that and talk about the family. This is another picture of the family here. Yeah, and the parents. Yeah, and I just sketched them out. I tried to find pictures. And
Look
it was
at her art. I mean, she's good.
Yeah, thank you. And this is just something that I do because I practice it, but I tell the children that your art is what it is.
Exactly.
It's nothing but shapes, and they'll see that when I start on the pad, how I make shapes. But yeah, so this is the family, and there's baby Chappie right there. And this one right here, this picture shows him with his brother because he had an older brother, and he was called Chappie.
Really?
And he was a football
player. I didn't know that.
Yes, he was a football player at FAMU. Yeah. And Chappie admired him so, and he took his name. He became Little Chappie.
Oh.
And yeah, he took his brother's. Isn't that beautiful?
That's just absolutely, I mean, chills to send that, because I didn't know that part.
Yeah, he did. And then he became 6'5".
I
so
tell you, he was a tall man.
He was striking and handsome. The pictures that when I was doing my research for the book, the pictures that I was coming across on him and the different information that I was, finding out about him, I was like, wow. I learned nothing about Chappie James.
Absolutely.
Because I've said several times, my family moved here in '75, and then when we moved into Pensacola, because we were at Naval Air Station, Corey Station. And then my parents bought the house in Woodland Heights. And so we would be up and down Alkanese and all that, and you see Chappie's first steps.
That's right.
That's all you knew.
That's right.
And you'd be like, Chappie? Who's Chappie? And you like that name, Chappie. Me and my sister used to be Chappie. Rachel and I, we were so silly in the back seat. We would make songs up about everything. So anyway, but that name, Chappie. And then again, so Chappie's father was very influential in the family, of course. He's the dad, and he reflected a lot on the things that his father used to gather them and talk to them about perseverance.
Right.
And you cannot give up. Everything's 110%.
That's right.
So I tried to capture pictures like that to put in the book. Now, in the book, they are black and white, but these are the colored ones that I use for my presentation.
And this is going to be inspiration for young people.
Yeah.
Those kids, when they see that, they're going to be able to say, oh, Dr. Bassett, is that really him when he was a kid? You understand what I'm saying? To open up that conversation.
Exactly.
And that's going to be good
because he was a child at one time. He was a child.
Even though he was 6 feet. 7 feet.
6'5".
Okay.
Big man. Big man. And then, of course, we had Miss Liliana, who started the school, and she she saw how poor the system was for black children in Pensacola, and how they weren't being taught what they needed to learn. So she opened her own school, taught her kids, and had children from the community come in, and she used to wear them out, and that's where this phrase comes from. The 11th commandment here. Thou shalt never quit. And one of my mom's neighbors went there. Sarge, I can't think of Sarge's last name right now, but we call him Sarge because he was in the Marines.
Absolutely.
But he said she didn't play. And she taught them, but she whooped their behinds too.
Absolutely.
And this was the 11th commandment.
That thou shalt.
So that's why I named the book that.
But that is great because you see, I'm going to revert this back to this when you said that. Even with now how they're trying to take our history out of the school systems, and look, thou shalt never quit.
That's right.
Now, what was that lady name right there that did that? That's right. She started, if you got to do what you got to do, don't lose your history.
Don't
allow anybody to take away your history.
From you.
Don't let anybody take your history.
Because when you don't know history, it repeats.
That's right.
And people don't know, well, did that happen before?
Exactly.
Because everything we're going through now has happened.
Has happened. Yes, it has.
Yes.
I think it's at a greater level now than it was back then.
But again, the civil rights movement, and movement means moving.
That's right.
It doesn't stop.
It never.
You have to keep fighting. You
No
have
doubt.
to keep, which is sad though.
You would think
it's
by
the
now.
state, but that's the state of it. You just got to keep moving and not allowing people to mess over you.
That's right. And the key word, never allow.
Never allow
anyone.
That's right.
To just mess over you and tell you it's okay.
Yeah, and this is how it's gonna be.
That's right.
My mouth as a kid, poop, poop, I always get popped. Cause why, Mama? Well, why? That's the got lips.
As you can see, everybody, we're having a fantastic conversation with Dr. Gaston. And it is just, I tell you, Dr. Wilder, thank you, honey. Thank you for just making that call.
Yes.
And to bring us back together. Now, let's talk about this turkey. What did you say?
Tina Turkey.
Yeah.
All right. And you know what? I went right off my house and left that book. I'm like, but I could still tell a story, but I would have loved to have had the book here.
Right. I want to hear about this turkey.
Tina Turkey. All right, well, this story that I'm going to just do a little bit about, it's called Clean Your Own House, and I'll sketch it. I'm lefty,
Okay.
so
Okay.
I'll just
Perfect.
write it. Yeah, I'll just write it. Clean your own house. And the main character is Tina Turkey, and I sketch her out so the children can see. And I use alliteration for all the characters at the beginning, Tina Turkey. And so like when I'm doing the story with children pre-K to kindergarten, what do you hear? What letter T? We'll find it. But Tina Turkey is a character who's always minding others' business and not her own. Oh yeah, we know that type.
Don't we know that type?
I always ask the kids, do you know a Tina Turkey? Somebody said you need to do it this way or you need to do it that way. And some kids, yeah, so-and-so. Are you a Tina Turkey? And you'll get something to go. So I say honesty. That's right. But Tina Turkey, and so I'll sketch her out and I say this is her little hat.
Okay.
And I tell the kids, look how that, it's just a little hat. Look how that is.
Right.
A little pillbox hat. You know, and I say, this is her little hair here, there, and there she is, and this is her, and she always like this. Yeah, you know, because she always, this her little gobble gobble thing there, little turkeys have. And here she is, and she always got this little frown going. But the box hat, this is what I have to say real quick. I always tell the people when I'm at the church doing it, she has a hat on because it seems like the nosiest women in the church wear the hats. And they wear the biggest hats. And it seems like the biggest the hat, the biggest flowers, the biggest mess. As soon as the church door is open.
Yes.
You know, so that's where I got Tina Turkey. So here she is, and she always pointing, telling somebody and got this hand on her hip, what they need to do. And so Tina Turkey, when she comes on into the story, she's walked like this.
I got it.
Yeah, so that's her. That's Tina Turkey in the story. Clean your own house. And then there are other characters, and I'll put all of them on one page.
Okay.
Here.
So you know that drawing ended up looking like a turkey?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's the way I draw it. But there are also 3 other characters. There's Amy Ant. I'll put Amy Ant here. And look how simple it is to draw this little ant for me. This is her little face. And she wears a bonnet. This is her little bonnet. And I put the little ties there. And there are her little eyes. Just that simple. There are little antennas in her smile. It just look like almost a little triangle for the body.
Right.
Then come down here. It's like an oval shape. Put the little ant, and there are little legs, and here she is, and she's gonna be at her house, and she's gonna be raking. So we'll put the little rake in her hands real quick, and she is going to be outside raking and sweeping and taking care of her house because her grass is a little tall.
Right.
Yes, and this is her sound when she comes into the story. I'm cleaning my house. I'm cleaning my house. All right, so that's what I do. I sing a little song for each character, and then there is Ricky. Am I going on? I'm sorry.
No, I'm in. I got the turkey with the ant. Let's go on to Ricky now.
Okay, so Ricky is a raccoon, and his sound is like this.
Listen, I teach the children. See how I change my voice, Ricky Raccoon.
And this is Ricky Raccoon, and there are his little ears, and he has on like a little sailor hat. And I sketch him out real quick, and we put his little eyes because he has the dark eyes. Yeah, these are real quick though, but I sketch him out real quick for the kids. And they're all nice little characters here. And here he is, and he's at his house, and he's cleaning cobwebs down and all of this. So everything basically in this story that he's doing, he has this little bucket here that he's holding. And he's gonna be mopping his floors. So they're all cleaning their houses and minding their business.
Right.
But she isn't. So she's gonna come around telling them all what they need to do.
Oh, gotcha.
And he's telling
her he's gonna talk like that, and that's a sound.
And then I'll just put in here real quick, Delia Duck. See that And here she is. Here's Delia Duck. She's real sweet. And and she's at her house, and she has her little squeegee, and she's wiping windows and washing, and she has a kettle boiling. There's her little, let's put her there real quick. But anyway, so I sketch it out and I tell the kid, yeah, and there's a kettle that's gonna be boiling. All of these things that I'm sketching have a place in the story around Tina Turkey and how she's gonna end up finding out the hard way. And I say, when you mind others' business, and not your own, it can land you into hot water.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's how the story goes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Can you see what I mean by animation? I mean, can you see the excitement? The smile has not left my face, so I could imagine what this is going to do for the kids.
Oh, I hope they enjoy it.
I know
really
they will. I know they will. So listen up, guys. I tell you, don't be that turkey.
Tina Turkey.
Tina Turkey. Don't do that, okay? Stay close. We got more with Dr. Gaston coming up right after this commercial break, right here on Sunshine's Corner. Need a new outfit for a special occasion? Look no further than Viola's Men's Apparel. Viola's has been providing the latest styles and accessories in Pensacola for over 20 years now. We have clothes for every occasion, and we offer consultations and group discounts. You can trust that our care, quality, and class will be unmatched. Viola's Men's Apparel, for all of your men wear needs.
This is Wayne at Icon Automotive in Robertsdale, Alabama, and I want to tell you more about our Powertrain Warranty Forever. It comes with any vehicle we sell that has 80,000 miles or less at no additional cost to you. We put our vehicles through a tough safety and mechanical inspection before it can have the Powertrain Warranty Forever, giving you a peace of mind with your purchase. This warranty is good anywhere in the country, and it covers 100% of parts and labor with no mileage limit, and is covered as long as you own the vehicle. Come pick out your dealership car at non-dealership pricing with the Powertrain Warranty Forever at Icon Automotive.
Watch a new episode of Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m., hosted by Sergeant Melanie Peterson and David Craig. Your tips may be eligible for a cash reward, featuring items about officer training, various aspects of police work, and crime prevention information. You'll hear about upcoming family-friendly engagement events as well. Don't miss Crime Stoppers Wanted Fugitives every Friday at 6 p.m.
Go back to being a kid again. Head on over to Bubba's Sweet Spot. We've got house-made caramels, fudge, pralines, marshmallows, and lots and lots and lots and lots of chocolate. Looking for more traditional candy? We've got you. Our walls are covered head to toe in all the classics, from taffy to gummies and lollipops to gumballs. And don't forget our ice cream. With endless toppings and dipped cones, we've got what you're craving. Let us take you back to a time when every problem could be solved with candy. At Bubba's Sweet Spot.
Yes, she is.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. I tell you, we're having a great time on set, off set, behind the camera, on camera, because of the fact that it is so educating. It is so, I love the enthusiasm that you have when you demonstrate, because I can imagine being a child in class that's going to keep me so attentive, because you are animated and you're making it, you know, that interesting, so that they are learning as you teach.
Right.
And I can hear that you said earlier, what does the T? I mean, you're yet.
Yeah.
That's a way, that's a great way to reach our young people.
Right, it's making that connection when they see those letters, like at the very beginning, you know, of teaching. Early readers, children who come to school, they may know the alphabet, but they may not know how to recognize it. And that's why we do those diagnostics. And children who struggle with that, I'll pull them and I'll work with them and get them to understanding letters. They make a sound. This is what that letter looks like. And I do all kind of fun things. I have my kids hopping and hoops and, you know, doing all of that. And now I'm teaching middle school, but there are children in middle school who still struggle.
Thank you.
You know, and I just have to bring it up to their level, but I still make it fun and
I think they'll learn more that way.
Oh yeah, and I have in there, they're making words. I have letters that they can touch and feel that kinesthetic, you know.
Right.
And I close the door, and this is what we're doing today, and tell them what concepts and ideas they'll be learning.
And not just a traditional way of teaching. You're opening
that what my principal now, she says, the sit and get. Dr. Gaston doesn't do a sit and get. Those kids are up and moving in that room because movement helps you learn. It helps you retain that knowledge.
No doubt.
And also making stuff, because like I say, I integrate the arts making things. You know, we may read a book about something.
That's right.
You know, if it's Tina Turkey or whatever, and you make something, write about it. You know, because reading and writing is reciprocal. So they're doing this and that and all of it.
Most certainly. You said something a moment ago about you have paper costumes or something that you do?
Oh yes, I also, like I said, I do a lot of productions with my students, and I get poster boards and I make costumes and little masks and things like that. So, and the whole costume. So I'll have that at the Chappie James book event that I'm doing Sunday. I'm going to do that story. My story is called Who's Laughing Now?
Okay.
And this one is Walter Warthog, who keeps up mess. And so-and-so said this about you, and then this Amy Ann, she's in that story. She takes off to find the butterfly. And, it's just messy. It's all how mess gets started. And then you keep talking and running your mouth. You'll find out who's laughing now, because in the end,
it's going to do what?
It turned around on him, because the one who he was telling everything to pulled it off.
That's right.
So the kids will have costumes, and I'll be reading it as they act it out.
Exactly. I think that's so good that you instill that in kids at an early age. Don't be that gossiper, because I mean, don't get the mess started. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
There's so many other ways that you can do things.
That's
and other than just to gossip.
Yes.
Because when it comes out, it's going to end up right back.
It's messy.
It's messy.
Exactly. And I learned that the hard way younger. You know, that's why I got that title.
So did I.
You learn, don't you?
I learned. And you know what? I'm yet learning today.
Yeah.
Because I'm just real.
Yeah.
Because that's light, and there's sometimes you think where you might
say something,
and then it comes back another way.
And it comes back another way. When you're pretty not even meant it to be messy or ugly, but somebody will take it
and add that little sugar to it.
And that's what Walter Warthog does.
Okay, you see?
He adds just a little bit more to add, make it a little bit more interesting.
Exactly, to make it, oh God, still learning.
Yeah. It's a learning process.
It's a learning process.
That's what
but
life
I am
is.
so pleased that you have brought this back home.
Yes.
That you brought this back home. Everybody, she's way away from here, a long way from here, close to Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I can walk to D.C. from where I live.
Okay, but she's bringing this back home to, share it with our kids, to show them that they can do the same thing.
Yes.
And then one day we'll be coming back to see them.
Yes, that's right, because it's a circle.
It's a circle.
They get it, and then they remember it.
Exactly.
Because I remember teachers that I had that talked and they did storytelling. Oh, Miss Shelby taught me at Booker T. Washington. Oh my goodness, she used to tell some stories and tell us stuff, and she'd come right back to what she was teaching.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
Stays with
and also, what is it that with your writing that you've written so many books? But times how they are, and what is it, that one thing that keep you inspired to continue to do it? Because has that been the times, do I want to go another step with this, or?
Oh no, I stay inspired because there's always something. I get ideas from students. Like again, when I was teaching, I think it was fourth graders that were coming to me, and it was what was it, harvest time, Halloween or something, and I had them, we were counting pumpkin seeds, because I integrate math and all of that, and then I had them make pumpkins, and we were decorating and coloring the pumpkins. I said, you can make them different colors, and one little girl says, you can make a rainbow pumpkin, and I wrote a story called The Rainbow Pumpkin.
Oh, wow.
And it's about teaching about how we're all the same. We may be different colors, because this pumpkin comes across, he grows in this field, and before, the little pumpkins, the middle-sized pumpkins and the large pumpkins, they don't like each other. They're pumpkins, but they don't like each other because their sizes are different.
Exactly.
And then when the rainbow pumpkin grows, they all come together to hate him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, right? Yeah, they come together to hate him because he's the rainbow.
Exactly.
So he leaves and he tries to live with the purple grapes and they don't want him because he's not just purple, not just, so the story goes through there. But that's what I'm saying. I get inspired by students too.
Right.
And talking with people. So it's always, it's
something
so many stories that I've been writing a story since Rachel passed.
Oh,
and
really?
This is an adult novel, and it's
I can't wait to get it. I want to read
I
it.
know, but I've been working on that since 2013.
Right.
I put it down, pick it up, because I needed something to get my energy going and my sorrow out of me. You know, and it's called The Awakening of Sun. So, yes, it's a story loosely based on someone I knew here, and just how I'm going to make this person grow, but it's going to take a long time.
I hear you. Take your time with it.
Yeah,
take your time. But you know, I'm noticing about you're teaching kids how to be that positive and not to fold with the negative.
Right.
You
because
know.
I always say to them, like the middle schoolers I have, who, okay, you're 12, you're 11. If you give up now, what you got?
Nothing.
Right. You got to persevere.
Exactly.
You got to push through. Because this isn't it, darling. You have so much out there that you can offer this world, because I see so much in these children, and they need someone outside of school to cultivate it.
Absolutely.
You know, and that's why I talk with parents. Oh, so-and-so's really a good gymnast. You know, we try to find programs, you know, if they can't afford it, get them in this, or swimming. You know, it doesn't have to be basketball or something like that.
Thank you.
Writing, singing, and like I always do, it's called the African American Reading. It was started by the National Council of Teachers of English, and in February to promote Black authors and illustrators. And so I always have my students act out the stories. We'll pick us maybe Carol Boston Weatherford, or even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He had a book that
Yes, he did.
So I have the kids act all of those things out, and they're inspired by it, you know.
No doubt.
And these are students, like I say, that I mostly work with who struggle. So they get on this stage and they feel so good about themselves. Plus they're connecting with this literature, and so all of that, I don't know where I was going with that, but it just inspires kids.
Exactly.
And it's good to see them, because they help make the costumes and the sets.
And a good thing about this too, and I'm glad that we're doing this with school beginning on the 3rd. I want to say to all the educators here, some of the ones that I've met are just phenomenal.
Yes.
I mean, thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the time that you put in with our kids. And I know that it's a task that never stops.
Yes.
But I thank you for that, and for sitting here talking with an educator, and I'm looking at all that you put into it. I think that just deserves a by itself.
You know what? You are right, because at the
it takes a lot.
It's like,
but that shows that you care about the children.
I do.
You know, and when that impression that you're leaving with them, that's going to mean something in the years to come. Yes. And because of the love I see that you put into it, look at the time and the effort. You're teaching them history.
Yes.
You're teaching them about themselves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's so good to see that, because I believe this is a cliche I use with some of the kids. I said, honey, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going.
Where you going? You don't.
You gotta know your history.
That's right.
And to figure out how you're gonna handle where you're going, because if you don't know the path, you're gonna get lost.
Right.
And
that's why this is so important here in Pensacola. And the person who was saying to be Cliff Curtis, he's I think the president of the Chappie Museum. We were all out one night, his wife, my husband, and we started talking about Chappie, and he was like, you should write a book. I said, Cliff, I've been thinking about doing that. You know, so that's how all of it bloomed, you know, and it just started because this is history right here in Pensacola, that children don't know this great man. And again, they have that 3 Mile Bridge.
Oh,
they drive
named after him.
But now when the kids who come out and they really hear this,
and when they go across that bridge now,
oh, that's Chappie James, the Memorial Park.
Chappie
James. Oh, that's what Chappie's first steps mean. Oh, the museum is there, the Flight Academy, all of that, this band, and they'll learn more about him.
And when you think about this, ladies and gentlemen, you think about this is a black man.
Black man.
A black man.
6'5".
6'5", standing tall.
Standing tall.
Look at the legacy he left.
Yes.
Look at the trail that you can follow.
Yes.
You don't have to, and I love it when you said you don't have to try to play football, you don't have to try to play basketball. There are so many other things that you can do. Look what he accomplished in his lifetime.
Yes.
And I say it again, this is a black man. A big black man.
Big black man.
But look at all of this. Who would have thought that 3 Mile Bridge would have been named the Dr. Chappie James bridge.
Yes. Isn't it amazing?
Isn't that amazing? And this is a man that was here in Pensacola.
That's right.
Come on, people.
And that's what I'm saying. The children need to know
They
his
need to know the
legacy,
history.
his leadership, and how he went off to school right here, Tuskegee, Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And the connections. There's so many graduates from Tuskegee right here.
Absolutely.
And people, again, who knew Chappie and his family.
That's right.
So,
there's so much
his
here.
son
There's
is still,
so
his
much.
son, Claude, and his granddaughter, Britt, they endorsed this book on the back, along with, it was Ann Hill. She was the Pensacola Council District 6 at the time. She endorsed the book for me.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's
we got
right
a
on
phone
the
call.
back.
Somebody want to talk to you.
Oh, who?
Oh, let's see now. Let's see who's on this phone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is Ardelia.
Hey, Ardelia.
Oh, I love that name.
Okay, I had to call when she mentioned Delia the duck.
Quack, quack.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, we have so much in common. I was born in Pensacola. I've been here all my life. In fact, I live down the street from Chappie James Step.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I think I've never heard of, I didn't know about Miss Gaston. Okay, I knew Rochelle.
Right.
And, but I didn't know her. But I think she is a phenomenal lady.
Isn't she?
Oh, thank you, Miss Ardelia.
I think her
appreciate
next project should be a doll that looks like her.
Yes, she does.
Yeah, because she looks like a doll.
Oh, my goodness.
She's just blushing, Miss Ardelia.
Yeah, she looks like a doll. So I think she should. And I was raised on being told stories because my grandmother and my mother, they always told us stories,
Yeah.
Right.
They might have made them up, but they did read to us, too. But I think that is a very important step for children to be exposed to.
That's right.
No
stuff
doubt.
like this.
No doubt.
Because if they don't know, the reason why they don't know is because they're not exposed.
That's right.
That's
So,
right.
if you leave a child home all the time and you go out and have a good time, they don't know how to act when they go out. So,
Say that
in other
again.
You
words,
got that right.
I think that they should be exposed to Miss Gaston. And she mentioned my homeroom teacher, which was Miss Shelby.
Oh, my
So
goodness, what a connection.
I know her, too. So this circle is getting smaller and smaller,
Yes.
okay?
Well, thank you, Ardelia.
I will try to come out to her event.
Please,
so
thank
I can
you.
meet her and take a picture with her.
Oh,
I'm in
definitely.
the book, girl.
All right, then.
Yes, that's so wonderful.
That's a sweet person right there. Thank you, Ardelia.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I tell you, everybody, now, if you want to be a part of this conversation, you can do that as well. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Dial the number you want to talk to Dr. Gaston today, right here, 432-7768. We'll be right back.
I just remembered it's election day. Are you going to vote?
I don't know. I don't think I'll have time today.
Millions of eligible voters in America never make it to the polls or even register to vote. When you don't vote, you're letting other people make decisions for you and pick the things your taxes will pay for. Voting is more than a civic duty. It gives you a voice about the priorities and the future of your community and our nation. Voting gives you a seat at the table.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
Hey fellas, my name is Daniel Denny, owner of the Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering from ED and the bedroom has become your worst nightmare, where you no longer have the self-confidence you used to have, it doesn't have to be that way. We can help. You're not alone. We have over a 90+% success ratio with our patients. I'm so confident you'll be pleased with the results that if we can help you, there's no charge for the office visit. I'll personally cover it.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this was my first visit to Little John's. The selection, the pricing here, and the customer service were outstanding. I would definitely recommend. The staff was very friendly, and they'll get you what you need.
Hi, this is John with Little John's Big and Tall here in Pensacola, Florida at 5700 North Davis Highway. Check us out at littlejohnsbigandtall.com, where we can take care of you with extra large up to 14X and large tall to 6X tall.
And welcome back to Sunshine's Corner. I tell you, I get so, you make me smile.
You make me smile.
Because of all that you're doing. And Miss Ardelia, she said I had to call you because you didn't think about that duck.
Yes.
Okay, Miss Ardelia. But listen, now we only got a few more minutes left, but if anybody else would like to call and just say, give Dr. Gaston her flowers, let her know how you appreciate what she's doing. 850-432-7768. You can do that before we close the show. But I want to say this. I just cannot thank you enough for taking the time to come out early this morning.
Yeah.
To come out, to be here, to share all of this energy, all of this information that's so powerful for our young people here in Pensacola. And I thank you.
I thank you. You have been so supportive with Rachelle and everything, because she loved you. My family loves you. And I want to say that. Thank you for what you're doing, because this is beautiful.
Yes.
This show, Sunshine's Corner.
Right.
Love it.
Thank you. It's a way that we can, I try to tell people, we get the information out. We talk about the things that are positive. We talk about the conversations that's a little difficult sometimes, but you can feel safe talking about it here.
Right, right.
And that's what the platform is for things like what you're doing.
Yes.
To bring in that there are things that we want to keep our community abreast of that you're doing that's positive for our children.
Right, because again, Nicole Dixon's Black Cafe Bookstore, where I'm having the event Sunday, July 28th from 2 to 5. Make sure you come out and learn about Thou Shalt Never Quit. But she is so wonderful. What a community place. And she has what is it, the Real Women Radio there, and she has a one-woman chair hair salon. And, I mean, the place is so big when you come in, and the beautiful books, and she has artwork on the walls from people in the community who painted it, and they can sell their art. She's like, my doors are open. Like they say, doors swing on, hinges are welcome.
We got somebody that's got a question. Want to say something to you?
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sunshine. This is Dr. Martin. How you doing?
I'm doing well, Doc.
I had to call Dr. Sharon Gaston and give her flowers and just say, you are a breath of fresh air. I love your spirit. It glows off the screen. You're doing such a wonderful, amazing, terrific job for the children. And I love the aspect that you are providing the acting into the learning portion of it. Because when I was, I remember as well when I was a little boy, and I used to do a lot of plays for school in secondary education.
Yes.
And looking out and seeing my father, he would always come to my plays.
See?
And that instilled in my brain during those formative years that my dad supported me in something like that.
No doubt, no doubt. And I tell you, you're right, Eric. She is a breath of fresh air. I can't thank her enough.
Thank you. Dr. who?
Dr. Martin.
Martin?
Yes.
Okay,
that's my friend. I call her, hello, Dr. Martin.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate you calling in and saying that. And also just coming full circle back to what I was talking about with the children seeing their parents in the audience, because parents support. Family support, just someone you love, that person who you look for, and you see them in the audience smiling, videoing. So
that's right. It's a good thing.
It's a great.
I tell you. And well, Dr. Martin, we are right at the top of the hour. We got to run, but thank you for calling.
Thank you.
Thank you, and have a great weekend.
All right, bye-bye. Listen at this, everybody. I mean, the clock is ticking. Listen at this. Now, I want you to remember, you need to be out Sunday afternoon.
Right.
4 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
I mean, 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock. 2 to 5 at Nicole Dixon's, the cafe, Black Cafe and Bookstore. And I'm targeting kids 4 to 12. They will also get free book bags. I have 60 book bags to give away.
Whoa.
AJ the musician, he donated book bags, and the Leah Gibson Foundation donated book bags, and I bought supplies to go in. And again, my folks helped me get those supplies. I've had friends send the supplies. So, I mean, it's just so much. And children will also get a copy of this book.
Absolutely.
Because I've had donations. So hopefully we won't run out of books. But so you get down there, because the community has been so supportive. And I'll have hot dogs, potato chips.
Oh,
and
come on now. I got a little snack too.
Yeah, I got snacks on it too. So
now go tell that. Go
tell that. Run and tell that, right?
But you know, I'm so pleased. Now look at this, guys. She's going to have this book there with her. So come on. Do you see? Here she goes. This is Vanna. I am Vanna. Vanna Black. But look, she's going to be there with this book this weekend. And I tell you, I am so pleased that we did get the connection to do this today. And whenever you're back in town, you make sure you got, I think you have my, didn't I'm going to make sure.
I have all of your information.
There you go. Then you make sure that you get back in touch with me.
Oh, I will. And also, can I say, people can also go to my Facebook page. It's Sharon Gaston. And just go on my Facebook page. And I'm also on Twitter and Instagram. It's Dr. and then it's SHAGA1.
There you
and
go.
They can follow me on there.
Absolutely.
And just see what I'm doing.
No doubt. And continue to do what you're doing.
Thank
because
you.
It is such a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
It is such a positive thing for our youth to educate them on who they are.
Thank you so
And
much.
the way that you're doing it through the illustrations, I know that it's really sticking with them.
Yes.
It's not going to just bypass, going to fly by night. No. Thank you, Dr. Gaston, for coming by.
Thank you, Miss Sunshine.
Always. And I tell you, as far as your mom, I love her with a perfect kind of love.
Oh, yes.
Well, everybody, it is time for us to get out of here. But it has been such a fantastic day. But I'll leave you as I do every single day. Never, ever lose your focus. Always remember, if you keep God first in whatever you do, I can guarantee this, that you will be a total success. So until tomorrow for another fantastic day, make sure you go out and tell somebody that you love them and know that I do love you with a perfect kind of love. Let me put this at the top of your mind. Keep this top of mind. Keep this Toma. Don't forget about Sunday afternoon. Make sure you join in with Dr. Gaston with this wealth of information that she's going to be sharing. Do that Sunday at Nicole Dixon's bookstore. You know where it is, MLK Drive. So until then, my friends, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone.